Hey, it's Dougie Fresh in the flesh, here to give you my best of the last breath. I'm here with my buddy George. We go way back. We go to strength camp. We went to together. He lived in Tampa, St. Petersburg. And I'm here at the Tony Robbins conference. And I'm going to share with you my top takeaways. First, I'm going to go right off the bat and you can go. And that is this, George. This is what I learned so far. It was today. He spoke about you think you're going against everybody, but really there might be 10,000 people, you're really going against like 1,000. Here's why. Most people don't have a clear outcome. So you're not even competing with anyone because most people don't know what they want. So we're doing Simon Says, and we're doing the Simon Says, but I decided I'm gonna win. I didn't win. However, I made it pretty far, and most people, he asked, who did you think, did you say you're gonna win? People, about 10% raised their hand. And he said, that's how it is in life. Not everybody thinks they're gonna win, not everybody knows their outcome. So if you know your outcome, you're not competing against everybody, you're just competing against everybody else that knows their outcome. So I experimented this as soon as the seminar just continued to go on. I said, I'm gonna get some Whole Foods. So I went outside and I was gonna look for a ride. I asked some, I just mentioned it, a friend took me and treated me to Whole Foods. And it's because I knew I wanted to go to Whole Foods. Because I was at the event yesterday and I was hungry during the whole thing. So now I experimented that because I knew my outcome. I was clear in my intention. I've done this with mentors I wanted to meet and it worked. So by knowing the outcome, you can step it up again by knowing your reasons, by knowing your why, by knowing your purpose behind that outcome. And then as we learn, what I've learned before from Tony Robbins is that exact action, that massive action you gotta take. So, but really knowing that outcome separates you tremendously. That was it. What was it for you, George?
Man, you know, that's powerful. That was a huge takeaway for me. And, you know, I have a whole notebook full of notes that I've taken from this. But I would have to say that the most important takeaway that I've had from this seminar is really the two states that are gonna drive where our life is gonna be. And what that is your emotional state, and it's also your analytical mind.
What's that?
And so I want to give you an example. You know, a lot of people, if I said to them, you know, if you could live your whole life over with everything you know right now, you know, all the knowledge you've accumulated up until this point right now, all of a sudden you could go back to being like a 10-year-old kid or something like that with that same knowledge. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you know, I would take over the world with all the knowledge I have. You know, I would do this and I would do that. And you know, and that's, yeah, you know, and I think that too. But the thing is that's easier said than done. And the reason why is because of the greatest battle we are ever going to have to face in our life, and that is our emotions. Take, for example, this. Everybody out there, you know, if you ask them, they want to become successful. You know, they want to have a healthy body. Everybody wants that. Nobody desires to be unhealthy. So if we all know that, we all want to be successful, we all want to have a healthy body, we all want different things in our life, then why is it that we don't do that? See, our analytical mind, our conscious mind, our thinking mind, the mind that makes decisions, that can add up 1 + 1 = 2 and do math and all kinds of incredible formulas, that's the analytical thinking mind. That knows that. That knows, okay, I want this and this and this. But then all of a sudden the greatest battle you are ever going to have to fight in your life is against your emotions, because you want this prize of a great body. But that's so far away. You know, you may have a long time to go to get this body, this ideal body. Maybe you have to lose 50 pounds or whatever. But right now, you can have a Snicker bar and you will feel good right now. And that's what's gonna always deter you from your goals in life, is if you give into those short-term emotions. And that's what literally gets everybody, that's what, if there ever was a devil, that was it. It's your emotional mind, the mind that wants to deter you from your goals. It's what's gonna distract you. It's what's gonna get you to take drugs, to do alcohol. That short, quick emotional high, when that goal that you want, that your smart mind knows is so far away. You have a lot of work to get there.
So emotions in check.
Yeah, and so having that awareness, just understanding that you have these two brains in your head, because our brains weren't designed for the 21st century. Our brains were built to live 2 million years ago, to live where, you know what, a saber-toothed tiger could kill you, or eating a berry.
It's not that way anymore. You have to adapt. So what did you think, George, of the human needs, the 6 human needs? Certainty, uncertainty, variety, also significance, love and connection, growth and contribution. Getting in tune with those needs can leverage those emotions. Is that right?
Man, now that was really deep as well, because of the fact that when I reflect back on my life, I think about how two of the biggest driving forces for me
What was it for you?
were significance and also certainty. And I look back, and that's the reason why I did a lot of that, because you can get significance in a good way or in a bad way.
Right. Same thing with all these. Bad, good, and bad. Now, what would you say it needs to be now? What did you find out that it needs to be to take it to the next level?
Absolutely. And
switch 'em
and I
around,
always
do
would
that.
have thought significance would be a good one, but what Anthony Robbins had shared is that having significance or certainty as your primary driving factors is not good, because you will never be good enough. There will always be someone
Is that
that's
what he
better than
says?
you. There will always be someone that's better than you, richer than you, better looking than you. And so if significance is your primary driving need, then you'll never be good enough. And so that is a need. We can't ignore that need. But I realized that ideally, in order to reach my highest level in my life, what mine needs to be is uncertainty and variety,
Yep.
which is a need, and then also growth. And what I mean by that is uncertainty and variety.
Wow.
That is doing things, taking more risks in my life. We get to a point where we get comfortable and we don't take risks. And then also growth, because when you take calculated risks, then you're obviously going to grow. You push yourself more.
Yeah.
And so those are the two things for me.
That's good, man. Excellent, because you're very aware, and those kind of match up perfectly. With the uncertainty will come the growth.
Absolutely.
That's cool. Mine was actually uncertainty, and growth was what I have been living. That's what I have been living, and it's been very positive. I think now I need to seek more love and connection, and more giving, more contribution. But I think with the significance, I think that was number 3 or number 2 for me as well. It's hard to get completely clear on these, and I find I want to be the guy in the middle of the circle. I want to be the person ringing the bell where people look at me. I want to be the person when you make videos. That's probably why we like significance. However, for the good reasons, keep doing it for the good reasons. So I want to ask you guys, of those 6 human needs of certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, connection, growth, and contribution, what are your 2 you've been living primarily in your life, and what 2 you're going to start living? Okay? George, where's the best place they can find you, my man?
You can find me on YouTube.
Where?
Just type in YouTube, George Dumanian, or on Instagram, Facebook. My last name is spelled D-O-U, D-O-U-M-A-N-I-A-N, George Dumanian, and you can find me on basically every social media platform,
Twitter,
Snapchat,
This guy's
Instagram.
inspirational, man. He really is a spot. I do this with him. The other thing that I noticed about your name and my name, the last name, D-O, Doug,
Yeah.
D-O. We gotta act, take massive action. Take massive action on what we just talked about here, in your own reflection of your life, and then hit the next level. Stay fresh, stay blessed. Take a look at all these amazing people here at Tony Robbins, and hopefully one day have an event of your own, or join an event like this, and get hype, and get learning, and share it.
Have a good one, guys.